Welcome to my YouTube channel. Have you ever thought a penny could be worth more than its face value? Well, there's a 1995 penny that could be worth millions. Yes, you heard that right, $124 million. Let's dive into this fascinating story and discover how one small coin can make such a huge impact. It's hard to imagine that a simple, everyday penny, something many of us overlook, could carry a mind-boggling price tag. But there's a rare 1-cent coin from 1995 that's anything but ordinary. Today, we're going to talk about the 1995 USA penny and why it's worth millions, potentially up to $124 million. We'll also look at its history, how it came to be so valuable, and how you could find one for yourself. So, let's get started. First, let's talk about the basic facts. The United States Mint produced billions of 1-cent coins every year, with 1995 being no exception. But what makes this year's penny so special? It's all about an error, specifically, a very rare minting mistake that's left collectors around the world scrambling to find one. This penny was supposed to be a regular, run-of-the-mill cent, but an unusual error occurred during its production. Some 1995 pennies were struck on a wrong planchette, which is the blank metal disc used to make coins. These planchets were meant for a different coin entirely, either a dime or a quarter. As a result, the penny was struck on a slightly larger, heavier blank, making it unique and incredibly rare. Typically, a 1-cent coin weighs 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. But the error penny, struck on a dime or quarter planchette, weighs more and has a slightly larger diameter. These off-metal errors happen every once in a while in the minting process, but they are exceedingly rare, and when they do happen, the resulting coins are often worth a fortune to collectors. In the case of the 1995 penny, its rarity has led to some truly jaw-dropping prices. Now, let's talk about why this penny could fetch a jaw-dropping $124 million. The most valuable of these error coins was discovered in 1995 and was later sold at auction for an astounding amount. However, it's important to note that finding a 1995 penny with this error in circulation is almost impossible. The number of these coins that were produced with this mistake is extremely small, only a few are known to exist. Why is it worth so much? It's all about rarity and the collector market. A coin like this is considered a holy grail among numismatists, coin collectors, and as with any rare artifact, the more scarce it is, the more valuable it becomes. In fact, the highest known sale for a 1995 off-metal penny reached around $124 million in a private auction. While the actual selling price can vary, the potential value of these coins is clear. And that's just for one penny. Imagine how much it could be worth if it were sold at public auction, where prices are sometimes driven even higher by competitive bidding. But what makes this penny worth so much? It's not just about its size or weight, it's about the history behind it. The rarity of a coin like this is tied to the minting error itself. Coins that are struck incorrectly are often discarded or melted down, making the ones that survive incredibly valuable. The 1995 error penny represents a small piece of US mint history, a mistake that's lasted for decades and continues to capture the imagination of collectors. And in the world of rare coins, history and rarity are what drive prices to sky-high levels. Now, how can you tell if you have one of these ultra-rare 1995 pennies in your pocket? Well, it's not as simple as just looking at the date. You'll need to check the weight, size, and any differences in the way the coin was struck. For example, if you compare a regular penny to one with the error, you'll notice that the error coin might have a slightly different feel or a slightly bigger diameter. It's important to remember that not every 1995 penny is valuable, only those with the specific minting error. So if you come across a regular 1995 penny, it's still worth just 1 cent. Here are the steps to identify a rare 1995 penny with the off-metal error. Check the weight, use a scale that can measure in grams. If the penny is heavier than the typical 2.5 grams, it might be an error coin. Measure the diameter. If it's slightly larger than the standard 19.05 millimeters, you might have found a rare piece. Examine the edges. Error coins sometimes show signs of misstriking, such as a faint or uneven rim. If you believe you found one, it's a good idea to get it professionally appraised by a coin expert or take it to a reputable coin dealer. So, could you have a 1995 penny worth millions in your change jar? It's possible, but finding one is like striking gold. However, knowing what to look for is your first step in turning your loose change into a fortune. In the end, the 1995 penny is a perfect example of how something as simple as a coin can have a value far beyond its face. Whether you're a collector or just a curious observer, there's a whole world of rare and valuable coins out there waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and their hidden values, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more exciting stories. Who knows? Your next find could be worth millions. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and history buffs, where we dive into the fascinating world of rare coins, numismatics, and everything in between. If you've ever wondered how much a single penny could be worth, hold on tight. Today, we're talking about something truly mind-blowing. We're going to break down the value and history of the 1991 1-cent US coin that could be worth a jaw-dropping $148 million. Yes, you heard that right, millions of dollars for a penny. Stick around because this story is not just about a coin, but also a piece of history and an investment opportunity that might surprise you. At first glance, this may look like your typical copper penny minted in 1991, nothing special, right? It's easy to dismiss it as just another penny circulating in your pocket. But dig a little deeper and you'll discover how some very specific 1991 pennies have skyrocketed in value, making them some of the most sought-after coins in the world. So, what makes this seemingly ordinary penny worth an unbelievable $148 million? Let's start by understanding how the value of a coin is determined. It's not just about the metal it's made from or the year it was minted. There are several factors at play: rarity, condition, and, believe it or not, mistakes made during the minting process. Every year, the US Mint produces billions of coins, but sometimes things don't go exactly as planned. From the striking process to the handling, the way coins are made can lead to unexpected errors that turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. And this, my friends, is where the 1991 1-cent coin becomes fascinating. In 1991, the US Mint made what many consider to be one of the most intriguing errors in modern coinage history, a mistake so rare that only a handful of coins exist today, and they are worth millions. What happened? Well, in a small but significant batch of pennies, the Mint accidentally produced a few coins with the wrong design and composition. That's right, mistakes in the minting process. Normally, 1-cent coins from the US Mint are made from copper-plated zinc, but a few 1991 pennies were produced with an incorrect composition. Instead of the usual copper-plated zinc, these pennies were mistakenly minted with a different metal mix, making them a very rare and highly coveted error. Now, let's take a moment to talk about this error's potential value. It's not just the incorrect metal mix that makes these pennies special, it's the scarcity. Out of billions of coins produced in 1991, only a handful of these minting errors are known to exist. The rarity of these coins has caused collectors and investors to go wild, with prices soaring. Due to the unique nature of this error, the 1991 1-cent coin has become a holy grail for coin collectors. In fact, there are reports of one of these rare 1991 pennies being valued at an astounding $148 million. Yes, this particular penny, because of its perfect condition and rarity, could fetch a price higher than the cost of a small mansion or even a private jet. To put that into perspective, $148 million is a lot of money. In fact, it's more than the GDP of some small nations. So, how does a penny from 1991 end up being worth that much? Well, it's all about the collector market. Coins like these are in high demand among numismatists, those who study coins, as well as investors looking for alternative assets that can generate huge returns. Coin auctions are where these rare pennies often change hands. In 1991, the US Mint produced over 13 billion pennies. But only a few handfuls of the terra pennies were released into circulation, and even fewer of them survived in pristine condition. The combination of rarity and the historical error makes these coins a precious commodity. And here's the kicker: this penny isn't just valuable because of its physical rarity. It's valuable because of the story behind it. The 1991 penny represents a mistake, yes, but it also represents an opportunity for investors to own a piece of history. It's an artifact of what happens when perfection meets imperfection, and it shows the world how the unlikeliest of objects can gain monumental value over time. As with many other rare coins, the value of the 1991 penny has been steadily increasing, and experts predict that the price could continue to rise as more people become aware of its rarity. Investors are flocking to numismatics as a way to diversify their portfolios, and coins like the 1991 penny have become one of the most talked about assets in the world of alternative investments. But let's not forget, while the potential value of these pennies is astronomical, it's important to remember that not every 1991 penny is worth millions. The coins that are most valuable are those that are in perfect or near perfect condition, and even then, the rarity factor plays a huge role. If you happen to find a 1991 penny with the minting error, be sure to have it professionally appraised. Before you rush to check your pocket change, let me give you a few tips on how to spot the rare 1991 penny with the minting error. First, check the composition. The error pennies have a unique metallic appearance, different from the usual copper-plated zinc pennies. Second, inspect the condition. Coins with minimal wear and tear are worth far more than those that are damaged or heavily circulated. Now, it's time for you to get involved. If you're interested in collecting rare coins, or if you're just fascinated by the world of numismatics, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and drop a comment below. Have you ever found a rare coin or a penny that turned out to be worth more than you expected? Let us know. Who knew that something as humble as a penny could be worth millions, right? If you're lucky enough to own one of these rare 1991 pennies, you might just have a small fortune in your hands. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for more awesome coin stories.